Hello, my name is Simon Kim, CEO and co-founder of Hashid. Today I talk about the topic, government rules the physical world, blockchain rules the digital world. These days we are living in the two worlds. The first one is a physical world we always lived in. When I was a younger generation or elementary school and middle school student, I stayed most of my time in physical world. I watched the television and radio and newspapers and extra. But these days, we are spending more and more time in the digital world. So even for the younger generation, they always stick to the smartphone, and even they are eating the food, they are also watching the YouTube or playing the game. So literally, we are spending more time in the digital world than physical world. The important thing is many things that gain value transitioning from physical to digital. Some of the physical assets should be remains in the physical world. Some of the important assets as water, food, land, real estate, energy, power, that kinds of assets should be remains at the physical level. But many of the assets and some of the new kinds of digital native assets are being created in the digital world. Money was in form of the paper, but these days money is transitioning to the digital asset as well. Identity was also physical. We used the physical ID, but these days most of the IDs are also being digitalized, and property right is also in digital. And many of the ideas, including knowledges, IP, contents, are being digitalized. And also human intelligence and the relationship is being digitalized as well. When I was in university student, the most remarkable book I read was the name Digital World, The Winner Takes All Society, published in 1995. The book was published very early days, but the author exactly predicted in the near future, because of the technology and globalization, some of the company or people are very good at digital technology, can conquer the world. And this is really happening these days. Some of the example starting from media. So from the radio or television, it costed more than 10 or 20 years to time to reach 100 million users. But these days, because of the digitalized platform and network effect, many of the new digital medias are gaining users more fast time being. Even Thread by Meta gaining 100 million users only by 5 days. Similar like this, big tech companies are growth through a network effect. They are making lots of profit and getting more users and getting more digital controls. So these days, the top 5 IT companies of the US are now owning over 25% of the US stock market, and the ratio is becoming bigger and bigger. By the way, the digital world faces some serious problems. One of the serious problems is about the personal information. So big tech companies are controlling user data. Many countries are adding regulations such as California personal data law or GDPR. That kinds of regulation are being adopted, and many of the people who are joining to the internet, some of the platforms are refusing to share their data when joining the platforms. And also the other huge problem is AI bias. AI should be fair, AI is so powerful, so it's just like as creating a new God. But the truth is, AI is developed by few people or few companies or few countries. So it should be biased by the creator. So already there are so many biased data about the gender and countries or race. That kinds of bias are happening. And the other problem of AI is it is operated by very small group and also closed group. So outside of the AI foundation model, people don't understand how it is developed. One of the good example is OpenAI's accident. OpenAI is not opened AI. About a year ago, suddenly the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, suddenly fired by few board members and suddenly came back. People don't understand why it is happening and how it can be developed for the clear governance. So nobody knows how close the AI systems are growing. We can't prepare the AI risk as well. Digital companies won't give up their power, and technology is growing fast, just like as a crazy train. And government are spending hard time to controlling technology or companies. These days, government regulations are having some power in the border, but many of the digital technology and innovations are borderless. Let's thinking about the early internet. Early internet was built on strong protocol. When was declared by some of the U.S. agency, they declared that internet as a protocol. So protocol is the shared truth by the community and people. So nobody can change the backbone of the internet. So it's a very strong and fundamental. So we can build some of the useful application on top of internet. So Google, Amazon, and Netflix, and that kinds of company are very successful on top of this protocol layer. But these big tech companies are not the protocol. That means that can change the algorithm or the fees by their mind, anytime, anyway. But blockchain is starting from protocol and staying in protocol. That means nobody can change the protocol or the common truth of its operating way. It's so powerful, and just like as a Bitcoin, it's growing and growing with the community consensus. So even for the centralized companies, just as Coinbase, are expanding their business to the blockchain. It's a base chain. The world we are living are based on two foundations. I think the first one is God, and the other one is natural law. With truth unchanging the fundamental laws, just as a natural law, and then we can build our belief of the existence, and we can build a society, and we can build our civilization. Just like this, if we can flourish the digital culture or digital civilization, we need a very strong fundamental, just like as a natural law. I can say it can be the protocol of the internet using blockchain technology. Bitcoin is a best example how protocol economy works. Bitcoin has many of the characteristics very opposite to the normal companies. Bitcoin has no founder, no CEO, no employees. It operates by the community. It's very different from a normal company. And also there is no boundaries or border for the operation. and the network is very transparent, and we can have our own Bitcoin. That means we can custody ourselves without any third party or financial companies. After Bitcoin made the proof of concept, so many evolutions on the blockchain industries are being happening. One of the examples is a stablecoin. These days, money is becoming tokenized. So already more than 200 billion of money are being tokenized on a public blockchain. And for the second quarter of this year, many people don't recognize it, but stablecoin volume already surpassed Visa's transaction volume. And finally, all the asset classes are being tokenized on top of blockchain. As I mentioned, money is being tokenized, commodity is being tokenized. And there are so many crypto native people are being flourished, just like as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also security, just like as real estate, art, the kinds of assets are also being tokenized. Government rules the physical world, blockchain rules the digital world. But these two concepts are not competing each other, I believe. They can make a huge synergy. Some of the example is a real estate. The real estate exists in the physical world, but it can be registered by digital data, and it can be tokenized by blockchain technology and can be traded easily on a global basis. So some of the important trend these days, people and companies are moving to the new country, have a very synergy and harmonize of the two world, digital world and government. So if you see the chart, UAE here is the most gaining country for millionaire this year. So people and companies are finding a better regulation and better environment for developing the technology and finance. And UAE is one of the best place to make a synergy of the traditional environment and digital environment as well. I can say, I already said blockchain and government can make a harmonizing and synergy. So I can make some example. One of the example can be driven in the content sector. 1 year ago, a YouTube named Harry Potter Balenciaga went viral. But the both of the two important party, the original content creator of the Balenciaga and the remix creator of this video could not monetize because there was no strict IP distribution protocol on YouTube or internet. So if we adopt IP related blockchain technology, anyone can easily remix or recreate the existing contents using blockchain technology, and both the original content creator and the remix content creator can both benefit. Carbon credit is the other example. So carbon credit is one of the best and important issue to save the world. But these days, carbon credit market is pretty premature. It can only be traded in national level, not by global level, because the countries cannot believe the other countries' carbon credit data. Blockchain can solve this because it's a shared common truth on top of the internet. And some the other further problem and example can be solved by blockchain technology. We are facing many of the new challenging government issue. Someday we will conquer the Mars or Moon, but how we can get the governance in the new territory. How can you record the property of the moon or Mars? Some the other example is the property right of the virtual world. Someday we will also spend more time in the virtual world, just like as a Ready Player One by Steven Spielberg. And we definitely need a blockchain technology to get the virtual property right. Government, technology, and companies are three important parties for the whole society. But these days, each of the parties are competing each other and making many causing noises. So when it encounter each other, the intersection is getting darker and darker, just like as mixing the paint. I can say blockchain can solve this, just like as mixing the light. Comparing to the mixing the paint, when we're mixing the light, the intersection is lighter and clearer because light is a very transparent protocol. I like this kinds of a metaphor adapted to the blockchain technology. So using these kinds of very transparent and reliable technology for each parties, we can make more harmonized future. Thank you for listening.